Well, the announcement by Zomato has now created a bit of a controversy. Well, what is it that a decision which has been taken? Well, in reference to pure vegetarians, the Zomato has introduced what is being called a green fleet. So what you're going to see is that instead of the familiar red boxes, there's also going to be additional green boxes, and that is a pure vegetarian fleet. Zomato has done an internal survey and they found that during festivals, for example, during Navratris, the order for takeaways from restaurants had actually come down because many of the people felt and they were worried about the fact that whether the food which was being delivered was untouched by non-vegetarian food, whether it was being prepared in a kitchen where both veg and non-vegetarian food was being served. So now what has been done is that they have mapped pure vegetarian restaurants, and in that pure vegetarian restaurant which has been mapped, there will be delivery boys which are dedicated to these restaurants. They're going to don a kind of a green uniform carrying a green box to denote the fact that this is an absolutely sattvic or pure vegetarian fleet which is delivering this kind of a food. Well, this is a clarification which also comes in from Zomato saying that we are not trying to discriminate anyone on the basis of religion or on the basis of the food habits, but it's only because we keep in mind the sensitivities of many people who are worried about the fact that whether the food which is being served to them as vegetarian was indeed pure vegetarian food. But as expected, controversy has broken out on this. One of the first ones to react is Congress Member of Parliament Karti Chidambaram, and he asked this question tongue in cheek whether this will also ensure that those are the delivery boys, are they also the dietary preferences are also pure vegetarian? How will you ensure that, say, a person who has non-vegetarian food is the guy who's delivering this sattvic or pure vegetarian food to you? There are going to be a huge amount of outrage, which, frankly speaking, has already begun to come out on the social media timeline, where people are asking the question is that why are you introducing this? Is it just a marketing tactic, or are you now bringing discrimination as far as food delivery is concerned? What Zomato has also clarified that this is one of the first new steps they've taken. They plan to introduce a similar kind of a service only for cakes, and that is to ensure that the cake which you ordered does not get smudged or does not fall apart. However, Zomato's, despite its clarification that this is not going to be discriminatory in nature, this is just to keep in mind the sensitive concerns of those who want to have pure food, especially during festivals. That's the reason why they have introduced this. But is that really possible? How do you ensure that the food which is going to be picked up from this pure vegetarian food and going to be delivered by the delivery boys is also not touched by the other delivery boys? These are concerns which Zomato says that they are going to address over the next few days. But for now, one step which has been taken by them is clearly indicating of a deep-rooted marketing strategy where they want to counter the fall in the footfalls which they face during religious festivals. Since there are important festivals coming up, for example, there's Holi, then there is, of course, Diwali, there's also, of course, going to be Navratras and many other pious occasions, and those pure vegetarians who often don't order takeaways because of this apprehension or worry. So it's clearly a marketing tactic which has been adopted by Zomato, and despite the discrimination, will other food delivery outlets also now follow suit?